All right, now let's get a check on what's playing out with some of the domestic commodities right here in Nigeria, and we're going to be focusing on palm oil. At this time, we have Miriam Ode now. She's an analyst with financial derivatives company. Great to have you, Miriam. So we're hearing some, domestic prices, some of these commodities, the prices are tending downward, so far. But what's happening with palm oil?
Good afternoon, Ladi. Thank you for having me. So yes, right now, palm oil for a 5-liter keg is going for about 12,000 naira. And this is actually elevated from what it was last month, which was about 9,500. And the reason why we're seeing this increase is basically because palm oil is a seasonal commodity, and we usually see its price peak in December. But now we're still seeing the lingering effect of the seasonality, and that's why prices are still elevated. And probably until mid-April, when its harvest season begins and supply improves, we would see the increased supply weigh on the domestic price of palm oil. But there's also the fact that the agricultural industry in Nigeria is plagued with climate-induced challenges, which is reducing the yield of palm oil in the country. And for example, in Edo and Akwa Ibom states, which are actually the states that produce top producing states of palm oil in Nigeria, we're seeing that temperatures have remained above the optimal temperature, which is 32 degrees Celsius. And as of today, we're seeing that the temperature in Edo State is about 35 degrees Celsius. So this, the hot weather is affecting the production of palm oil, and we're seeing lower palm oil production in the country, which would obviously push up the price of the domestic commodity.
But what's happening in the global palm oil market? Are we seeing rises, as a rising price there too, and maybe that's seeping into the country?
In the global space, interestingly, Indonesia, which is actually the world's largest producer of palm oil, has just recently placed a ban on used cooking oil. And you might think, how does this relate to palm oil prices? But then producers of biodiesel actually use used cooking oil, in palm oil included, used cooking palm oil included, as a substitute for virgin palm oil in the production of this biodiesel. And now that Indonesia has cut off or banned its export of the used cooking oil, we see that the supply in the global market has reduced, and this is obviously going to force producers of biodiesel to switch their demand back towards the use of virgin palm oil. And what we're going to see is that because of this shift, the price of palm oil is going to increase. And let's not even forget that Malaysia, which is the second largest producer of palm oil, is expecting lower production levels this year because of increased rainfall in the region. So these factors combined together would actually keep palm oil prices high, because currently they are elevated.
Right. Thank you so much. We'll keep tracking those prices. That was Miriam Ode, analyst at financial derivatives company. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.